friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl. This is Table Full of Joy, and today is a very special day. It's my husband's birthday, and we are making him a recipe that we watched my sweet friend Mandy from Mandy and the Making make about a month and a half ago. We watched her do this. It just looked incredible. So we're gonna try it tonight for his birthday dinner. I grabbed a couple things at Trader Joe's this morning that are favorites of ours to go with this. We're making a sesame chicken in the air fryer. I have my air fryer set up back here. We're gonna cook our sesame chicken in the air fryer. I grabbed our favorite chicken fried rice from Trader Joe's. I grabbed our favorite egg rolls or spring rolls from there. And also I grabbed a box of our favorite jalapeno and cream cheese wontons. We're gonna cook both of these in the air fryer, and we're gonna cook our fried rice in the skillet right here on the stove. But first I wanna get my chicken going because I watched when she made hers that it's better if you get your chicken going and let it sit in that cornstarch mixture for just a couple of minutes while you're making the sauce and getting other things going, just to give it enough time to get kind of tacky and sticky. That way that cornstarch has a chance to absorb all the liquid, and it's really gonna give it a good crispy, crunchy texture when we put it in the air fryer. So let's get our chicken fixed first. Let's get this made, and then we're gonna get it in the air fryer. So for our chicken mixture, we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And we're gonna do some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. And then once we get that mixed up, we're gonna cut up our chicken thighs. We're gonna get our chicken thighs mixed in there, and we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil. So you wanna have some salt in there. You wanna have some black pepper in there. We're gonna have a little bit of garlic powder in there. And I'm just gonna use my tablespoon to kind of give this a good mix. Get all the seasoning mixed into that cornstarch. So if you don't like cornstarch or you don't want to use corn, you can certainly use an arrowroot powder. That is another substitute for cornstarch if you're sensitive to corn or you just don't like using corn. So I've got some chicken thighs. We want to cut these into bite-sized pieces. We want to check these chicken thighs and make sure that they don't have any pieces of bone, because sometimes when they take these chicken thighs off of the bone, they miss a piece of bone here and there, and you'll end up with some little tiny pieces in there, and we don't want that in our chicken. So we're just going to cut these chicken thighs into some bite-sized pieces. And as we cut them, we're just going to drop them right into that cornstarch. So it's funny, when I watched Mandy do this, she said that she thought it was amazing that that little bit of cornstarch could coat all of that chicken. So I'm not going to stress about it because it worked for Mandy, and I'm assuming it's going to work for me. We love orange chicken. One of our favorites is the orange chicken from either Costco or Trader Joe's. But when I watched Mandy do this sesame chicken, and her husband's reaction was what sealed it for me that we needed to make this. I will leave a link in the description box for you guys for Mandy's channel, as well as the video. She actually did this in 2 separate videos, and so I'll leave a link in the description for one of those videos so that you can watch Mandy make this as well as watching me make it. The other thing I found really interesting about this recipe is that you make the sauce in the microwave. That was another thing that was very intriguing to me, because normally when you make an Asian sauce on the stove, you really have to watch it because it wants to boil over all over everything, and it can be super messy if you're not careful. So I was really intrigued that you're able to do this one in the microwave. So any of these funny little pieces, we're just gonna toss them in that container. So now she has a different kind of air fryer than I do. I don't think it matters. I think any kind of air fryer will work, whatever kind you have. My air fryer is a Pampered Chef air fryer. I've had it for about 5 years. We used to use it all the time. We don't use it as much anymore, but I still like to use it. So if all this fat on here bothers you, by all means trim it off. I'm just not going to take the time. If like this big huge piece right here, I will, but any of the, I'm not going to waste a ton of time trimming a lot of the fat off. Fat just adds flavor, so I'm not going to be too particular with that part of it. I just want to get this diced up and in this cornstarch mixture so we can get our sauce made. This dinner comes together super, super easy. One reason why Mandy did this one in her video was this was recipes to not heat up your kitchen. And since she was using the air fryer, that's another way to have stuff like this and not have to heat up your kitchen by turning on your oven or anything like that. You're able to just put it all in the air fryer. All right, one last chicken thigh. You could certainly use a chicken breast if you're not a thigh fan. I don't mind either one, so she did it with chicken thighs, so I decided to do it with chicken thighs. All right, so here's our chicken. I'm gonna just give this a toss in this cornstarch mixture, get it all nice and coated. Want it to have a really good coating. Once we get it all tossed with this cornstarch, we're going to put a little drizzle of olive oil in here. You can use a vegetable oil, or you can use any kind of oil you want to. I'm going to just use olive oil because that's what I've got. It looks like it soaked up most of it. So we're just going to put a little bit of oil in here. This is what makes it kind of tacky. Give it another good toss. All right, we're gonna set this aside. So to our mixing bowl, I got 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're gonna put in a teaspoon of garlic. I'm just gonna measure with my heart with most of this. We're gonna put in 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil. Let me get the sesame oil opened. I'm gonna say that's about good. We need 1.5 tablespoons of rice vinegar. So 1.5. We need 3 tablespoons of honey. Three tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. I'm using a Trader Joe's sweet chili sauce. I'm just going to eyeball it. There's 1, 2. I'm just going to go ahead and use the rest of this bottle. Just like that. We're going to put in 4 tablespoons of ketchup. I think that looks good. So it calls for 3 tablespoons of light and 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. I don't have light, so I'm just going to use 6 tablespoons of what I've got. I think that's about it right there. I'm going to give this sauce a whisk. This smells super, super good. Can really smell that sesame chicken, or the sesame oil, I mean. And we're gonna cook this in the microwave when our chicken goes in the air fryer. little bit of oil in my skillet over here. Because we're gonna get our rice going. So I've got my air fryer racks laid out here on a cutting board so it doesn't get my cutting board messy. When Mandy did hers, her air fryer has a basket you pull out. Mine has just the racks that you pull out. So we're just gonna take our chicken and we're gonna try to get it separated out so it's got lots of air between the pieces so that it gets nice and crispy, because if it's too overcrowded on the racks, it's just gonna kind of steam, and we don't want that. We definitely want this to have some good crunch to it. So we want to have it kind of in as much of a single layer as we can. And then we've got our other rack. My air fryer has 3 racks, so I'll be able to do my wontons and my egg rolls or spring rolls on the other one. So we're going to get this, and her directions and the recipe, the lady that wrote the recipe, not Mandy, but the recipe says to cook these for like 10 to 12 minutes, just depending on how long it takes your air fryer, because every air fryer is going to be different. It's going to cook different. Temperatures are going to be different. So we're just going to air fry ours and see how it goes. All right, friends, we just microwaved our sauce for 3 minutes. It's nice and thick, thickened up a little bit, which is what we wanted. We don't want it super thick, but this looks really good. I'm gonna check our chicken. Okay, I should have rotated our chicken, so I'll put the other tray back in for a few minutes, but this batch is nice and crispy. So we're just gonna toss this in here. I like how it comes right off of this rack, nice and clean. The other tray is almost done. And it's nice and hot and looking beautiful. So we're gonna have dinner in just like probably 2 minutes. All right, here's our last batch of chicken. I probably could have cut these in a little bit bigger pieces. Here's our spring rolls and our wontons. Use a spatula to toss this. We're going to put in some sesame seeds. We're going to mix in a few of the green onions, and we're going to save just a few for the top, just to garnish. This smells heavenly. So I decided to serve this in a bowl. So here's our fried rice. I'm going to put some of this beautiful sesame chicken on the side. There's lots of extra sauce. Mandy was saying that the extra sauce is definitely a good idea. I'm going to put an egg roll right here on the side. A couple of his wontons. I'm going to do a sprinkling of sesame seeds. A couple of green onions on everything. Look at that, friends. A delicious Chinese dinner in like less than 15 minutes. This sesame chicken took literally no time at all to make. Super, super easy. We tasted some already. It's really, really good. Definitely be making this again. I'll try it sometime without doing fried rice and just do a steamed white rice. I think that would be fun to do one time. But tonight I wanted fried rice. Hubby loves fried rice, so that's what we did. It's his birthday. So friends, you want to make this recipe, I'm going to leave a link for this recipe in the description box, as well as a link for Mandy's channel. Check out Mandy in the Making. She's got some fun videos. Her and her husband are hilarious to watch. If you've never watched their channel, I definitely recommend you do. She's got some great recipes. I love following her. She's a super sweet lady, and I just appreciate what she shares on her YouTube channel. So friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And friends, we'll talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day, and God bless.